Hello, this is Tea Time on Plus TV Africa. Thank you for watching. My name is Elsie Godwin and I'm here with Ife Oshunkeye and Ife Omai. Hey guys.
It's good.
How are you doing? How was your weekend?
Bless.
Well, fun.
You look well. What's the head?
Just a different look. Trying to be in tune with my Africanness.
Okay. All right. The first story of our conversation is Jide Kosoko saying actresses that gatecrash into movie industry will be sexually harassed. I mean, he said plenty things. He didn't just say that, but I think he was responding to a question on sexual harassment in the industry, and he said it's not new. And he also mentioned that if you're properly trained and understand what you're going in there for, then you won't be susceptible to being harassed or anything like that coming to you. So yeah.
First of all, I'd like to start by saying I agree with him to some extent, and I don't agree with him to some extent because obviously, if you know your onion and you're going into the movie industry with a proper degree, or you do, even if that's not what you studied, and you go in with a professional course, you know, doing something like cinematography or filmmaking and all of that, people won't try to put you down. But unlike when they know that you don't have any background skills, but somebody just recommended you based on favoritism and all that, obviously you probably have some problems, but I don't believe it should result to sexual harassment. There's no excuse for sexual harassment. So which is why I'm saying I'm going to agree with him to some extent, but to some other extent. So whether you gate crash, because we found a lot of people that, okay, I for one, I studied law and I'm here on your TV screen. So will you say, oh, because I studied law, I'm supposed to be in court. So because I'm here right now, I'm supposed to be treated differently than somebody who studied mass communication or studied. But in as much as I went to do a professional course in this, I think if it's what you really want to do, if it's your passion, I don't think you should be judged for it and say, oh, because you didn't do this, you get crashed into it. Obviously, opportunities come from different directions. You never know where your opportunity will come from. So if my opportunity is in the movie industry and somebody cast me in a movie tomorrow and I'm doing very well in it, I won't say, oh, because of that, I expect somebody to bring me down, especially when I'm good at what I do. So that's why I'm going to agree with him to some extent and not agree with him to some extent.
Okay, so Omai.
Okay, so I liked how he made us understand that the industry is just like every other industry, which was very an educative part for me, because sometimes, because it's on TV and just the nature of it, you can start to think like it's on some special type of platform, but it's really just another industry. So I like that he said he put emphasis on that. In regards to the harassment, I think if you go into any industry and you don't have any qualifications or training or any seriousness to it, you can be taken for granted. One thing that I struggle with my field, because I studied this, I did a double major in media and communication studies and journalism. One of the biggest things for me is that something that I've studied for 4 years, other people just come and with the personality, you can do what I do. Maybe you might see the professional lining if you've studied it, but that's one of the biggest threats to us, that we sometimes get distracted by personalities and remove the fact that these people are just unprofessional and not cut off for certain things. Do you know what I mean? If you don't have a course or just some type of training, I'm not saying that makes you a better person, but it shows some kind of seriousness to the job profession that you're going into than someone who just goes there for fun because somebody else knows me and stuff like that. So I understand where he's coming from, that, you know, it's important to have that for anything. Even if it's that you want to drive a car, it's still important to like go and get lessons for.
Maybe so we won't take him out of context. It would be nice to just quote a part of what he said, and if we probably have that on the screen, so I can quickly quote that. And he made the statement while stating his opinion on sexual harassment in the industry. He said, and I quote, "That is a normal situation in any industry. You tend to see people trying to fight their way up by hook or crook. However, I have not really noticed sexual harassment in the industry. Yes, I have seen artists dating one another, but harassment is another issue. I always tell the young girls in the industry that if you get crashed, they will harass you. If you want to lobby yourself and sell your body to become famous without passing through the normal trainings, things like that will happen to you. If you are a trained actor, male or female, nobody can harass you because you would know your rights and have some good qualities.
I don't think he understands what sexual harassment is, because he's talking about something completely different. He's saying that if you want, there's some people who use their body as to capitalize on what they want, and that's like voluntarily doing that. Sexual harassment, when he also said he doesn't see it in public, sexual harassment isn't done in front of the reception. It's hidden places and it's more cornered and all of that stuff. So yeah, you wouldn't see it.
It's more like because nobody knows you, we're just casting you for this movie, so you need to scratch my back, so I scratch your back.
Yeah, so he's not good. Exactly. So he doesn't mean that you wouldn't see it. So for him to say that it's obviously off balance and stuff, I've never seen anybody who's been raped in my presence, but I know that there's a lot of women that have been raped or harassed or stuff like that. I think the industry is unique to that in terms of like exploitation sexually.
But I think it's in all industry. It cuts across all sectors.
Yeah, I think that's part of the things you pointed out, that this is cuts across every industry, so it's not just Nollywood. He also spoke about the fact that whenever they're beginning to have health issues, you hear about the celebrities, because that was part of the interview as well. And it made it clear that, look, people are saying that the reason why all these actors have health issues, actresses have health issues, and then it becomes because of the lifestyle. Most of them, they smoke, they drink. And he also made reference to the part like, look, this cuts across all industries as well. We have doctors, we have lawyers that smoke and drink, that keep late nights and do all of that. So you can't make it look like it's a Nollywood
But we have to agree that the entertainment industry in itself is, although it has problems that are across other industries, there's still some uniqueness to it, even if it's in its magnitude.
We'll go on a quick break though. When we come back, we might still touch on this story or move on to the next story. We'll be right back.
It's where the big stories live. This is Plus TV Africa.
When I did it, I was full on, hands-on on the whole project.
So how did you deal with it? All of that negativity?
I got depressed, obviously. Duh. Haven't you heard?
I've got two of the hottest topics currently trending on social media. If you've seen the word Senate trending on Twitter, that's because the Nigerian police force has gone Trump style.
I haven't shared this with anyone, but I reckon I get about like 100 people asking for help a day. That's a fact. I can prove that.
Welcome back. Soulja Boy has been granted early release after serving 3 months in Los Angeles County Jail. In April, Soulja Boy was sentenced to serve 240 days in Los Angeles County Jail after being found guilty of parole violation. TMZ reports that the soldier's freedom came as the result of good behavior, time served, and overcrowding at the facility. He's out 146 days earlier. I think that's a good one for him. It's kind of good news, and it's good to see that he behaved himself. So I'm hoping that he would continue behaving himself and not find himself in this situation anymore.
I mean, it's not only because he behaved himself. Apparently,
condition.
Apparently, the jail was also full. But I'm glad he's out. It's just interesting, this guy's parole thing. I always try to understand the lifestyle of Black people in America, because jail is just so like, you know, so close.
Like I'm going to get pizza and out.
I know, right? And I'm just wondering, what will make you, first of all, hold someone for captivity, and then while you're still trying to figure that out, because it's a he said, she said, you have guns, and you know that there's a probation, you know, going on and stuff, and I just always want to
complete his community
community service. I just want to sit him down and be like, talk to me, brother. Like, what's happening? Do you like not mind the gravity of going to jail, that you just like are nonchalant about the fact that there's laws put in place and you're just not obeying them? Like, I want to ask these people sometimes.
Sure.
Basically, first of all, I'm glad they behaved themselves and is out, but I want to capitalize on the fact that the congestion in the jail, which is why I'm going to go back to Kim Kardashian and Meek Mill and the likes, who are actually fighting for the legal system reformation, because you see a lot of people in jail, not just in America. Let's even talk about Nigeria. You go to Kirikiri, like, I think Naira Marley was the one who came out to say that he met people who were there because somebody couldn't pay 3,000 Naira and they couldn't meet a shorty or something like that.
Some of them have not even been tried.
And some of them have not even been tried. So imagine the congestion in the prison system, and then you keep sending people to jail over irrelevant stuff, and you do not even try them. They do not even have proper representation in court. So I don't even want to go on Soulja Boy, but that being part of the reason why he's being let out is very disturbing as far as I'm concerned, saying that the prison is congested. Now, why is it congested? Because if the right people are supposed to be in jail, then I don't think there should be any case of congestion, because you should probably know how much your facility can handle.
I don't think that anyone is in America, at least. I don't think anyone is in jail because they didn't deserve to. I think the problem with the jail system is that there's mass incarceration. So when you do something little, they give you long-term sentences, and it's only for the black community, well, minority community.
Yeah. Which is why I said it's
not the white folks.
very
because they're making it seem like there's like, well, I guess there's injustice, but it's not because they didn't do any crime at all. Like, usually you're found doing a crime.
Yeah, you're found doing a crime, but at least we've still seen cases of people that were found not guilty after serving years in prison. Now, that's somebody else's space.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
But then you can't compare it to what is going on in Nigeria here at all.
Why?
Because it's a case of, the case is definitely ongoing, probably evidence.
Yeah, but in Nigeria, it's not ongoing. Yeah, which is what I'm saying.
You've not even been tried.
Yeah, which is what I'm saying is very, very disturbing. If that is going on over there, they have more prisons. Name all the prisons we have in Nigeria. I bet we can name it on our fingertips, right? But
I've not really researched that. So
yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if we have to name the ones we know. But imagine how many prisons we have in America, and you're still saying there's congestion. It's very disturbing. When I read that, I was like, okay, this being even listed as part of the reason means that the American legal system is not doing right by itself, to even start with.
Yeah.
So it's not doing right by me. You're not even doing right by yourself.
Agreed.
All right, that's a very deep angle. Anyways, let's move on to the next story. Actor Yul Edochie announces break from work to treat backache caused by accident. The actor and politician took to his Instagram page to share the situation of things. His caption read, and I quote, "So I'm back home to Lagos to get some treatment for my back pain caused by that accident. I may be off work for a while till I'm fully recovered. Hopefully, it won't take too long. For all the goodwill messages and prayers from you all, thank you and God bless. I'll be back." End of quote. Okay. I remember, I think it was about 3 weeks ago or thereabouts, a few weeks ago, let me just put it that way, he had an accident, a really fatal accident that he came out to share on social media and to say, thank God for his life, like he wouldn't expect that he would be able to survive this type of accident, right? And I think this is off the back of that, and he's going to get treatment for the back pain. So I wish him speedy recovery, basically.
I mean, it would be nice, obviously, to go back to acting and all that stuff. I just wish he gave more information on. I mean, it doesn't have to, but it's just a wish. More information on what exactly the effects of the thing was. Is he mobile? Is he not? Just more information for the fans would be nice. But either ways, it doesn't really matter to still say like, yeah, I hope he recovers better and that he's back to normal. Because with acting, we will see if something is wrong physically because you're on camera. Just
I don't think it's that serious. I don't think.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, but I don't think it's that serious.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the first story we spoke about on Jide Kosoko, where he also spoke about the health facilities in Nigeria. So this is very commendable for an actor that is actually looking after himself. Some people can be like, oh, well, manage, it's just backache, and then it gets worse years down the line, and then they start telling you have spinal cord issue and you have all of that. But I like the fact that he's taking the time off work now. He's not concerned about the money I'm going to make this period, even if he's supposed to be in like 12 movies this year. He's taking time off all of that to make sure he's taking care of himself. And I think a lot of actors and actresses should take a cue from this and learn to look after yourself. Your health first before the work. That's all I see in all of this.
True. Your health definitely first before the work. Okay, so while we count down to July 19 to see The Lion King, there was an European premiere over the weekend which had Meghan Markle and Prince Harry in attendance. Buckingham Palace said the premiere was held in support of the conservation and community's work of His Royal Highness through the Royal Foundation. However, a good number of people have decided to focus on the hugs between Meghan and Beyonce. So, I don't know. The hug has to be very special.
When I saw the story, it kind of made me remember our conversation about Chris Brown and Davido. It's kind of like the same thing where two different worlds of influential people coming together and people make a lot of noise. The first thing I thought about was her dress. I was like, okay, Beyonce, come through with that dress. I don't see anything like special
in the hug
about the hug, but obviously the beehives don't play, and they've already like gotten out the worded out her mouth, and we have a glimpse of the conversation that they were talking about their kids and all that stuff. So I'm glad they had a conversation, and I'm guessing this is the first time the two queens are meeting, officially and unofficial. So I mean,
princess and a queen, you mean?
Well,
they're both queens.
They're both queens, please, in their own right. And yeah, they're civil and everything. I know that Beyonce has to be really careful with how she talks to people, because the last time she was sitting next to someone at a basketball game, and her face just looked like she was uncomfortable. People went for her, sending threats and all of that stuff. So I'm glad this is good, and every other fan base is accepting the hug, but I don't really see anything special in the hug.
Okay, so like you said, when I saw the story, I was like, okay, yeah, big deal. They probably knew each other way back from in America before she even, obviously they must have come across each other being in the same industry. And, but one thing I picked up from all of this, because I wanted to know why the Prince and Princess of Sussex would be so interested at the Lion King premiere. And I discovered they're actually there for Pride Foundation. You know, they broke out from their joint foundation recently. And this is as a result of the reducing numbers in lions in Africa. So they have a foundation that is going to look after that and make sure that, okay, these lions are not going to go out of extinction and stuff like that. So I'm not even going to pick out on the hug or whatever it is, because that shouldn't be anything new. But the fact that Prince Harry and Meghan are actually out for a good cause. You know, Africa is, in their view, it's something they want to work with, something they want to work for. I think that's very commendable. And if you know Beyonce, if you know the Beehive, you know she's all about the Afrocentric stuff. So it's nothing coming as a surprise and all of that. And then I'm also going to talk about other people in attendance, such as Pharrell Williams, who was looking really dope. I don't know if we have that picture, but and yeah, so it's a beautiful one, basically.
Okay, so Ife has talked about the dressing and all, and Ife Oshonkeye seems to feel like the lion course is a serious one. Anyway, I don't know, but that's exactly where we'll wrap up on this episode. You can join the conversation by using the hashtag #TeaTime on social media or tweet at us at +TV Africa. My thank you as always to go to my co-anchors Ife Oshonkeye and Ife Omai and the entire production team. My name is Elsie Godwin saying thank you for watching and see you later.